I'm going to beat staging area while getting all 4 stars, and I'll show you how to do it. Not step by step, but the general tips and tricks you'll need. First, I recommend taking the skills Aggressive Stance and the regular Attack Up skill. You can get Attack Up basically for free, and Aggressive Stance for playing the prequel campaign and beating level 7. You can get 2 skill slots by beating the main campaign. Alright, I'm gonna hold click to fast forward through this as much as possible, because I've already read the dialogue. Now, our general strategy here is going to be to just win the ship battle really, really well, and then push to the right side and get to the landing zone. And this is going to be really easy. I'll show you how. First, I've thought about this a lot, and I've tried some things. Building oil rigs on both of your build platforms is really the best option, especially since we're taking aggressive stance. We need the extra money, and we won't really be building more than 2 ships a turn anyway. I like building 2 frigates to start because they're going to be incredibly useful in the naval battle we're going to end up with soon. Press the A button and then try to see what's in the enemy range and move your units just outside of the enemy range. Try to have enough anti-air on the left side because these 2 air units are going to come forward, but be careful of the fighter. It's a little misleading. It looks like it can only attack these 3 squares. That's because the Sea Patrol is blocking it. We're going to move the Sea Patrol 2 spaces back, and now you can see the fighter has just a little bit more range. Alright, we're going to just kind of move exactly within the enemy range. This small ship is really important, the patrol ship. You're going to want to use that to capture the oil rigs on both sides, and we're just going to be doing that every turn from now on. Keep checking the enemy range and keep moving units forward. This is really all you need to do on the first turn. And you want to try to get as forward as you can with each unit without taking too many twists and turns. You don't want to waste fuel. That's no good. Let's see. Yeah. Once you've moved everything you can, you've done your captures, you've done your builds, you can go ahead and end your turn and just let the enemy come to you. Remember, our goal is to attack the right side of the map, but we don't have to do that right away. It's absolutely not essential for us to do that right away. This is because we can kind of take our time. We have more than enough time. We just need to win this naval battle, and we'll be a shoo-in to just scoot across the map at hyperspeed. You'll see what I mean. Alright, so on this turn, there's really not a lot we can attack. The only thing that's kind of walked right up to us are these 2 units here. And that's fine. Let's go ahead and take them out. Try to pay attention to the enemy destroyers. Those can hit air units. Since mine are all the way over here, I've got nothing to worry about, but make sure you keep your air units out of their range, because your air units are going to be really powerful. I'll use the fighter to take out their fighter, and we will go ahead and use the X-fighters to take out the bomber. Oh, this is a Sea Patrol. Oh no, I thought it was an X-fighter. I can't take out the bomber. Whatever do I do? Don't even worry about it, it's fine. You're going to find out throughout the rest of this video, mistakes are totally okay. This strategy is pretty foolproof. Alright, we're going to take our frigates and move them up, and we're going to replace them with, you guessed it, new frigates. Obviously, these are starting to dig into our wallet a little bit, but that's a-okay. We just want to get these first 4 frigates out. Don't forget to finish your capturing with your patrol boats. Those oil rigs will be necessary for building more frigates, and the A button doesn't really help you anymore because you're seeing the range of things you don't care about. Instead, let's check the range of individual units, like the bombers, not so bad, the destroyers. Okay, so the destroyers are a bigger worry because they can hit air units. Let's take our air units and position them right outside the range of the destroyers. And then the rest of our ships will kind of move behind those air units and start to go to the right side of the map. It's okay if a few of our units get hit. It's not such a big deal. We're not trying to be perfect. We're just trying to do as good a job as possible of keeping our units from being hit. And stuff like the seaplane are really great because they can block everything that's not a destroyer from hurting you. So use your air units as shields. I'm going to end my turn here. The bomber was able to do massive damage to my frigate because I made a big mistake, and I also put one of my air units in range of a destroyer. This is so bad. Why am I making all these mistakes? Well, it's because I want to show you that even if you make a bunch of mistakes, it's still totally fine. you'll be good to get the star as long as you don't lose 15 units, and trust me, if you're playing this like I'm showing you, you're not going to lose anywhere close to 15 units. Alright, so now we get a chance to really attack the enemy. Make sure you still do your captures if you can. Since we're kind of battling around here right now, I might not do this capture right this moment, but this side is totally good to capture. If you have a damaged ship, don't forget to heal it, and we're going to use the battleship to target the furthest thing away we can, or the biggest threat. This destroyer is annoying me, so let's hit that. This destroyer is kind of guarding this fighter, but I don't want to pass up the chance to do huge damage to it, so I'm going to attack it anyway. The seaplane is actually a great unit to start harassing all by itself, because the destroyers I've noticed are all on the left side of the map, and there's really no more anti-air. So I'm going to send the destroyer on a solo mission to wipe out this artillery and kill a bunch of stuff, at least until this destroyer comes to stop me. Meanwhile, we can take out the bomber, and just, in general, do tons of damage. Try to attack everything you can on the second turn. Like, if you can attack it, and it's not too far off or in artillery or battleship range, go ahead and attack it. We're trying to do big damage this turn. That's our goal, big damage. Also remember, your support ships are great healers, so feel free to move them to damage units and press the heal button. You can even do that, fun fact, before they attack, which is pretty darn cool. It looks like I'm safe to capture, or I can kill this unit. You can kind of do either one here, but I'm gonna capture because I want the extra economy. And oh look, I can kill with this frigate, nice. Don't be afraid to move the units you build. Don't forget, they exist. Move them forward. And then we're going to need to build new units, but we don't have much money this turn, so I'm going to start building 2 support ships instead. They're super cheap and have tons of movement, so they can zoom across the map to this zone over here. I really like support ships and frigates. Alright, let's wipe that out. And just try to cluster my ships together. I know I told you we're trying to go to the right side of the map, and we are, but we also want to win this fight, and that's our top priority right now. I'm going to end my turn. Tons of units are coming forward and doing a lot of damage to me. I'm losing a whole bunch of units. It looks really scary, but I'm not worried at all. Like I said, it's really hard to lose too many units on this map. I'm somewhat deliberately playing it a little bit sloppy, just to show you what a game might look like. Alright, let's try to hit the furthest threat we can with the battleship. That seems to be this. Do some big damage there. The enemy battleship is over here. Let's keep an eye on that. I definitely want to take out this fighter and finish off this bomber. And now all their air units are gone. These are the only destroyers left, and if I get rid of them, my air units are invincible. How cool is that? Let's try to take advantage of that fact by damaging the destroyers if we can. It looks like I can't get at that one. Oh well. Let's at least do massive damage and make sure we're not standing in artillery range. That's an important check. Let's do massive damage to their frigates too, because frigates are scary. They do tons of damage. So we're just going to run in here and just do lots and lots and lots of damage. Try to prioritize attacking high health units. You want to attack things with as much health as possible, because things with low health won't really hurt you when they hit you back. Makes sense, right? So attack things that have the least amount of health, and always do your captures. Always do your captures. You need the money. I'm going to bring this in, and I'm going to bring in the supply ship. There's nothing it can really heal, so I'm going to supply instead. These two look like they need some supply, so I'm going to make a note of that, try to supply them next turn. Thankfully, I built some more supply ships. Those are going to be useful. And as for the seaplane, it looks like this destroyer is in range of it. I'm actually going to retreat the seaplane because it's really, really valuable, and I don't want it to get hit by the destroyer. Let's go ahead and refuel it. Alright, this looks alright. I've taken a lot of damage, but I've only lost 4 of the 16 units, and my power is still high. I'm well on time to beat the level. As bad as it looks, we are doing really well. Just don't forget to build. It looks to me like I could use some more support ships, so I'm going to spam them. I'm a big fan of support ships, especially because they're just so fast. They really zoom across the map. You'll see what I mean later. Oh no, we're losing so many units. Whatever will we do? Will we even be able to win now? I'm not sure. Is our power rating too low? Oh no, the horror. By the way, if you don't want to take all this damage, just keep your ships more together and wall with your air units better than I am. My power level's a little low right now and I've lost a lot, but it's fine because we're about to win the naval battle. Again, using our battleship to hit the thing that's furthest away, we can now go ahead and completely destroy the enemy. Alright, this is kind of your goal. Destroy the enemy. Let's see. It looks like this needs some more fuel. We'll go ahead and supply that. And bring in some more of these ships. And if you're having trouble, just build more frigates and less supply ships. I'm being a little silly with the supply ships just to kind of exaggerate, see how good they are, you know what I mean? But you don't actually have to build this many supply ships. I like them. Right. Remember, make sure you try to hit all of the high health units. That's the most important thing. And if your units are getting damaged, supply them, heal them up, do what you need to do. As you can see, I've damaged almost every single ship they have left. There's really not much I've left undamaged, so they just won't really be able to hurt me. I can even go in here and heal this ship up a little. And finish off the destroyer with my seaplane. And now the seaplane is completely invincible. All my air units are, as long as I keep refueling them. So these are free units I get to escort to the end. Just make sure you use your T-copter to keep refueling them. That's super important. Once you have 4 of these forward oil rigs, start moving your patrol ships forward, and you can even use them to attack. You don't need the last few oil rigs. They are not necessary at all. And I'm gonna build one more round of, you guessed it, support ships. I know, these don't attack, but they get to the end very fast. Alright, I'll end my turn here. The enemy is going to use aggressive stance, which looks a little scary, but thankfully we've hurt so many of their units that there's not that much they can do to us. The battleship is really the only thing that can blow something up, and everything else is just going to fail to destroy our support ships. Look at how tanky these support ships are. I love support ships. So we lost 1 unit to their power. Just 1 unit, that's it. And now we can heal everything. Look at this. Our support ships can heal our support ships. I highly recommend healing all of your ships, just because you don't want something to get sniped by accident later. Alright, we're going to start hyper-accelerating the seaplane forward. Hopefully, you know, we can use that to take out the battleship. We're going to stay just outside of the battleship's range and the artillery's range, and the second that all goes down, we're going to blow them out of the water. Like, seriously, we're just going to blow them all up and rush past the second all that goes down. Our air units are actually good to go, though. They can just immediately start running over here because nothing can hit them. And don't forget to supply whenever you get the opportunity. And, you know, we're going to move our battleship up. Try to move your units as much as possible. Because we do want to... We're staying out of the battleship range, right? We are staying out of the battle... Ooh, this needs fuel. Come over here and get refueled. Pay attention to the flashing indicator. If a unit needs fuel, refuel it so it doesn't blow up. That's, like, super important. Alright, I know, I've built too many support ships, but you'll see what I mean. Since the battleship is guarding this, and it can't really hurt me, I'm not going to attack it. It's not worth losing a unit to the battleship. We are, though, going to start building frigates. And we're going to be building frigates every turn now from now on. Just frigates. Nothing else. There's a reason for that. Later in the game, the map is going to get swarmed with spawned ships. Oh, battleships can attack air units. I actually didn't know that. Wow, I learned something in this guide. I had no idea battleships could attack air units. Cool. Travesty. I didn't know battleships could attack air units. Whatever can I do? Well, one thing we can do is we can go ahead and activate our power. Aggressive stance, we don't have enough for that, so let's use attack up. This will boost the attack of all of our units. I would have liked to have killed the battleship already, but it has been very careful this game. Unfortunate AI behavior, and that's totally fine. We can just, go up and smack it, move all our dudes rapidly forward, and try to stay out of the range of the artillery if you can, but I am just YOLOing forward. You see, my power is going to suffer for this. I know my power is going to suffer for this. I'm well aware of that. But the reason I don't care is because I'm confident we can make it back later. And I want to show you just how easy it is to cheese this level, even when absolutely everything goes wrong. We're actually deliberately trying to get as close as possible to the artillery so that I can just kind of blow them up. Our frigates are going to move towards the center of the map, and we're going to build a destroyer on each side to help the frigates deal with the air units that will spawn later. Alright, I'm going to end my turn here. Yeah, ideally you will have already killed the battleship and the seaplane can take out the artillery, but if that doesn't happen, just do what I'm doing and rush them. This is kind of the worst case scenario. You messed up, you didn't realize the battleship could hit air units. That part was not an on-purpose mistake. That was actually a real mistake. I legitimately didn't know that about that interaction, because when I'm playing this level seriously, I kill the battleship so quickly it doesn't get a chance to do that. So yeah, that was a legitimate mistake, actually. But yeah, if that happens to you, you could just use your destroyers and frigates and stuff to just wipe out all of the artillery, and then lull run forward. The enemy battleship will just, like, run over there. Oh, I think they sent an extra battleship after me. That's what happened. Usually two stay over there. Okay. Yeah, wow, the AI was being extra aggressive for my tutorial. It didn't like that I was teaching people how to beat it. It's actually kind of cool. I'm glad that happened, because I got to kind of show off what to do in the worst case scenario. Yeah, you just rush the artillery with all your ships and blow them up. It's really easy. Alright, now, how many units do we need to escort? We need to escort, it looks like, hold on, here we go. It's the optional objective, 14 units. Make sure you don't wipe the enemy off the map or you'll win by accident. You want to escort 14 units. And I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17 units on their way. I think I'm good. I think I'm good. We're going to start moving the frigates to the middle of the map. But these frigates are not going to be part of the escort, and neither are these destroyers. They're just there to boost our power level towards the end. Like I said, and just keep building frigates, by the way. Never stop building frigates now. We build frigates until the end of the game. Towards the end, the enemy's going to spawn a bunch of units, which is great. It's a chance to increase our power level even further. Alright, so pay attention to the flashing yellow symbol. Again, that means you have a fuel problem. Make sure you refuel anything so it doesn't blow up. This only has 5 fuel, but that's okay, because I'm going to immediately T-copter it in a second. Hold on. Supply. We're good. It's not going to blow up. It's also the reason I built 1,000,000 supply ships. A little bit to be sarcastic, because you've seen how tanky these things are, and they just supply and heal everything. But yeah, you should realistically, if you're having trouble, build more frigates and fewer supply ships. You don't need this many. I'm building them so in the tutorial it's really, really, really clear how good they are. They look at all, they just zoom across the map, these supply ships. They zoom across the map. They keep you full of fuel. Look at this. Zoom. 0 problems. Now these frigates are going to stay here. These destroyers are going to stay here. I'm just massing an army in the center to immediately wipe out whatever enemies appear. Okay, I am not going to escort these to the end. They're guarding my win conditions here. They're kind of guarding us. All right, I'm going to end my turn here. And the enemy's not even putting up a fight right now, as you can tell. All right, turn 10. It's turn 10, and so far no enemies. So far we're free to move our entire contingent. Oh no, there are enemies. I do this a lot. All right, so this is really great, because if your power level is a little low, because, oh wow, mine's still not below the threshold. Wow. It's hard to mess this up if you're following this guide. If your power level is low, which mine isn't, but just pretend it is, because I've tried really hard to get it low. I did. Just blow up a whole bunch of enemies using all of the units I told you to store up this whole time. Use your destroyers to hit the bombers. Make sure you do this. The bombers are like the only thing that can threaten you. And then use your frigates to kill and cripple everything else and laugh as the enemy's surprise attack just completely falls apart. Sometimes the artillery will rebuild themselves and frigates will spawn over here. Just make sure you're not in their range when that happens, and then either win the game immediately or blow up their frigates and win on the next turn. Just to show you, because in the situation most of you are in, it's good to kill the frigates, so I'm going to kill the frigates. Look, I can even battleship one of them if I want to. Let's battleship that one. Just wipe them out. You might as well. You should be good on time. Let me... Wait a minute. Is that... Yeah, that's not in range. Let me show you a cool trick, all right? I'm going to heal before I even attack. Boom. This is healed. I can move it over here. Boom. This thing is gone. I could take it out with a patrol boat. It's so easy. Try to move your units all the way to the back to make room for the new units that are coming in. And you can see how the supply ships, despite being built last, are the first things to reach the area. I told you, these things are so fast. They swim at like Mach 7. Yeah, we're almost done. I just need to escort the rest of this stuff. And in the meantime, we've basically blown up their army, so your power rating should be skyrocketing right now from all of the things you just destroyed. And make sure to use the destroyers to kill the bombers. There's a reason we put destroyers in the middle of the map. They're there to kill the bombers, don't forget. Even if you lose something here, it's legit fine. Look at how many units there are. Look at how many units there are. It's going to take a minute to finish supplying because I made a very large amount of supply ships. I no regrets. Let's pretend my power level was still low. It's not, but let's just pretend it is. No problem. Every single thing here is extra power. Extra power. Extra power. Boom. Extra power. Extra power. Extra power. Wait for it. Extra power. And now take a look at this. Look at this. I got like a full extra point of power from all that. And now, just staying out of range of the battleship, we just zoom the rest of our units in. Nice and easy. This is all we need to do is just get everybody in there. Oh, I'm already done? Okay, I had even more units. Like, you saw how badly I quote-unquote messed up that early fight. I even made a real mistake putting an air unit in range of the battleship. I didn't even know those could hit seaplanes. Apparently they can. And I still won so easily. Try this strategy. You'll have tons of fun with it. And let me know in the comments if this helped.